All right, so this is the instructions. These are the instructions for the genetics technology carousel. The genetics technology carousel is one of the culminating tasks for this unit. You already received instructions about the rebop, which is actually not due at the end of this unit. It's due in the next unit. This is a big task. There are several parts to it, and I'd like to try and go over it. The instructions are all written down, and you can follow them, but for those of you who like to hear the oral, verbal part, here we go. On the calendar, you'll see under today's date, genetic technology activity. I'm going to click on it and select more. On this calendar, you'll see the various due dates. So on the actual task, there are 5 categories, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to pick a category. And once you pick the category, then you're going to pick a topic. The sign up for this is in the Google Classroom. So we go over here to our Google Classroom, and you go to Genetics Tech Sign Up. You will see a document. I mentioned this yesterday, so I'm assuming that some of you probably went in here and signed up already. Remember that when you do sign up, that you should take a screenshot. There is a history, right? So I can see everything that happens. But just to make things easy, just in case someone erases your name, you can just quickly send me the email, send me the screenshot, say, hey, look, I signed up for this, and they took my name off. But this is where you'll sign up for your category and your subtopic. Okay? So once you've signed up, what are you actually doing? So you'll see there are several dates. There's a part that's labeled highlighted in green that represents a Flipgrid presentation. So in the interest of time, so that we're not sitting in the class, there's 30 of you, so it would take us probably 2 days to go through these presentations. We're just going to do this on your time. You're going to record and present through Flipgrid. So on the Flipgrid, you're going to present slides 2 through 6. You're probably going to have slide 1 as well, a title slide. And in slide 2 through 6, it's self-explanatory what it is that you're going to present. You're not presenting in the Flipgrid anything else. So you don't need to send me an email saying, oh, I'm supposed to do slide 7. No, you're only supposed to do the green slides, slides 2 through 6. So that's submitted in the Flipgrid. Look at the time. It is submitted on March 2nd by 12:30. What that will do is will give your debate partner, yes, that's correct. You're going to be looking at your tech, and you're going to be debating with one other person in the class as to which technology is the best. So as I scroll down here, see it says debate, make an argument as to why your tech is the most important tech in genetics. See how this is green highlighted? This part also goes in your Flipgrid. So your Flipgrid includes slides 2 through 6 and why your technology is the most important tech in genetics. So you have to make an argument for it. Even if you don't believe it, make us believe it. I will assign you a partner once everyone is signed up for technology. If you haven't signed up for technology by early next week, I'll just assign you a tech and then I'll assign partners. All right? So this is the first part of the presentation. The Flipgrid and this debate. They're all a part of the Flipgrid, and they're presented in a 5-minute window by March 2nd. All right, moving forward. On March 4th, the entire slideshow is due. So that includes 1, 2 through 6, 7 to 9, and you'll see some other information on here as well. Notice I highlighted the equity connection because I wanted to make sure that you saw that there's a component that's related to equity, anti-Black racism, LGBTQ, the non-binary spectrum, women in science, whatever. So you're going to include that in your full presentation. Slide 2 is a connection to your rebop, which I just talked about, and of course your reference. Notice I said APA. It doesn't have to be APA. It could be MLA. It could be Vancouver. I don't really care. So this is going to be submitted on March 4th, your full presentation. It's not presented. You can include your script. Remember, your presentation should have information for your audience, but if you have a lot of things to say, include a script. So here is a couple of presentations from last semester. You can see that they have their pictures. You can see that they have their words. This has got a lot of text on this slide. This one has a picture and more text. So when you're doing this, if you have a lot of text, consider putting that on a script. Okay. Here's another one. So on here, you'll see that there's a lot of pictures And this student here, they included a lot of a big script. So again, you can choose what you decide to do. This is one of the best examples for me to show you a good presentation with a script, but you get the feel for it. Then there's another component to this. It says screenshot of the email. So let me keep on scrolling down in the instructions. You're creating an email, and you're sending an email to a scientist, a researcher, somebody in the field. And with your email, you have two possibilities. You can either do a person who's studying the science, the genetic technology, or you can pick an email and send it to, not pick an email, create an email and send it to a person who's looking at the social justice or the equity or the science and society kind of aspect. And that's your choice. You get to choose either one or the other. One won't get you a higher mark than the other one. You get to choose. So you're going to construct an email. And many of you have never constructed a professional email to an expert. So there's some instructions here on what to do. And if you look on here, it says genetic technology presentation, email form, and suggestion. So this is a form that you can follow. It's also here. You can take out the things that are in this small caps font and replace it with your own information. You can also create your own email, but for those of you not comfortable, feel free to use this form and then modify it to your needs. You're going to sign it. You're going to use your Peel Gmail address, not your personal address. And this email, you cannot send it directly to the person without me first vetting it. I need to make sure that it sounds proper. So you'll see another due date here, email February 25th. So your email has to be constructed by February 25th and sent to me you're going to send your email to me by email. And then I'm going to quickly edit it, make sure that it all makes sense. I'm going to then send it back to you, and I'll give you the thumbs up or thumbs down. And then once you've completed the edits, then you can send it to your expert. The goal here is to send your email to your expert as early as you can, because if you do, there's a good chance that they might respond before March 4th, and then you can include your expert's response in your presentation, which is ultimately cool. Many of you don't realize that these experts, these scientists or grad students or whomever, want to talk to you. They want to share their knowledge. They want to encourage other people to follow their footsteps. So if you send an email, you should not be surprised that they would respond. Okay? So this email is a part of the task. So you're going to construct an email. You're going to send it to me by February 25th. I'm going to take the weekend to kind of skim through it. I'll send it back, and then you'll have a few days or whatever to send it to your expert immediately. You got to find your own expert. So you have to do a Google search. Ideally, look for someone in Canada who have lots of amazing universities, lots of great people who are working on the genetic technology. We are a world leader in genetic technology. So try to find someone in a Canadian university or a Canadian company of some sort. All right. So that's the genetic technology of Carousel. You'll notice the rubrics down here at the bottom. So reviewing the dates, you're going to select your topic. You're going to sign up in the Google Classroom by going to this document here, Genetic Tech Sign Up. You're going to then create your Flipgrid, post it up by March 2nd at 12:30. You're going to construct an email. You're going to send that email to me by February 25th. If you do not send it to me by February 25th, you'll not be allowed to send your email to your expert. It'll therefore just be a task without any real meaning. You will then prepare your final presentation slide for March 4th. During March 4th class, you're going to be debating with your partner, right? So I'll assign your partner, and you'll have listened to their original argument, and then you're going to state why your technology is more important than theirs. They'll respond by, not respond, they'll state why their technology is more important than yours. Then you'll do a final rebuttal where you're kind of actively listening. I know some of you are not great active listeners and you can't just respond on the spot. So that's why you can watch their Flipgrid, hear what they had to say, and create the rebuttal early. That's called a pre-buttal. It's the same idea. And then that way you won't be penalized because you can't think quickly and respond quickly on the spot. All right? So that's the genetic technology carousel. So you are now able to work on that at your own time, at your own speed. Please do not leave it to the last minute because it might not be the most successful activity. With the Flipgrid, the link is here to where to submit it. For your final presentation, the GT Dropbox is where it gets submitted. For your email, the email is where you're going to send it to me. That's everything.